My new roommate's screaming bird is slowly driving me insane. What do I do? My friend, 22F, just moved into our house, bringing along with her a small bird who she assured us was very quiet and nice. He is not. This bird doesn't scream all the time, and mainly does when she's not here, which is very frequently. I suspect this is why the bird is screaming so much, since he is very rarely let out of his cage. I would be screaming too. He starts between 6 to 8 AM every day, and you can't leave your room because if he sees you, he'll start shrieking, and wake the whole house up. She seems not to hear/be bothered by this, as he will be screaming for up to an hour without her addressing it. His cage is right next to our door, but moving it doesn't make a difference. Our house is 2 stories and even when he's downstairs he'll wake you up. I am struggling to come up with the words to talk to her about this issue. I feel like in retrospect I was stupid to believe her when she said he doesn't make noise, and I should have been more firm in making clear what my expectations for her pet were. I love my house and my friend, and I don't want to leave either, so short of setting the bird free and replacing him with a stuffed version, mostly/s, what's the best way to approach this with her? Yeah, birds are noisy. You shouldn't have let her move in if she had birds and that was going to annoy you. As a bird owner, let them out of the cage. It should only be there for bed or for somewhere to go when you have guests that mind birds. I totally hear you, but I'd like to add that I did express concern at the beginning about the sound and she specifically assured me he was quiet. I feel like I did my due diligence as much as I could have. Also, having never lived with a bird, we really didn't know such a little bird could be so goddamn loud. I will definitely suggest letting him out of the cage. He's happy when he's out. If she is not willing to work with her bird to make it more quiet, then there are 2 options. A, she needs to get rid of the bird, or B, she needs to move out. First, don't get a second bird. I don't doubt that this bird is lonely, but don't put a second bird with a neglectful owner. It will just make another animal suffer. Honestly, you need to inform your roommate that either the bird is made quiet or it is out of the house. She has X many days to comply, and if she can't, she is out. This kind of made me feel bad for the bird, honestly. Ha 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 ha. Birds are social animals, which is why you always see them flying in flocks. Pet birds like companionship from their owners. If they don't get it, they can act up. Maybe it needs a friend. He used to have another bird he lived with, but he and the other bird were separated when she moved in, which could be contributing to his anxiety for sure. The idea of adding another bird to this hell I am living in makes me physically nauseous. I can't take Birdie's noise anymore. He isn't adjusting to this house apparently because you said he was quiet, and he is constantly not quiet. We need to find solutions to quiet the bird, or the bird needs a new home immediately. He is driving me crazy and I am not happy in my own home. That's not okay. What do you think would get him to quiet down? Thank you so much for this verbiage. I think this is my next step. So my 22 meters girlfriend, 22F, saw a randomly generated tooltip on my iPhone screen with all the widgets and now thinks I'm cheating on her. There was a tooltip that appeared on my widgets screen that read how to hide message previews, and my girlfriend took this as an indication that I must have searched for this in an effort to hide cheating, something I have never done and never will do. From her, which doesn't even make sense because she has my passcode and rifles through my phone and messages all the time. How do I make her understand that these tooltips are randomly generated and I never searched for that in my life? She browses this sub a lot, so I hope this makes it to the front page and she sees it and stops being mad at me. Edit. I love her, so I'm not gonna consider any comment about just ending it, but it would be definitely nice to get her to trust me more and not feel the need to snoop through my phone or get mad about iPhone tooltips. Edit 2. Well, here we are. Front page. Thanks for the advice, everyone. I'll update you guys if she sees this. She doesn't seem mad anymore, so I think she's over it. She can self-admittedly be somewhat dramatic about stuff. If she was genuinely really mad at me, I don't think she'd get over it so quick. Edit 3, and she's seen the post. and we both had a good laugh about it. She assured me that she's not really mad and that she trusts me, and she only really goes through my phone when I'm also there in front of her, mostly just for fun. I will say this: I think the impulse a lot of people have to tell users on this sub to immediately walk away from their relationships with someone they care about because of some little bullshit thing like this is just very disconnected from reality and not helpful. I think it's worth keeping in mind that most of the people writing these probably have a pretty deep emotional bond with their partner, and just telling them to walk away over something like this isn't going to be useful to anybody, and it's easy to say as someone who has no connection to the people involved in the post. Because she has my passcode and rifles through my phone and messages all the time. Do you have her passcode and can you rifle through her phone at any time? Maybe she is projecting? She has my passcode and rifles through my phone and messages all the time. I'd worry more she's projecting because she's the one cheating. Who hurt her? You're never going to stop someone who insists on going through your phone from having irrational insecurities. They need professional help. I saw your edit, but I still think you should be concerned with the fact that she is constantly going through your phone. That is not normal behavior at all. Eventually you're going to get sick of it. You need to have a serious conversation with her, and depending on her reaction, that should tell you if you want to stay with her or not. My wife knows my passcode and she could go through my phone, but she doesn't. That is trust. I caught my brother-in-law masturbating in my tool shed. My husband thinks I'm overreacting. My brother-in-law Kevin is visiting for the holidays but is staying in his camper on our property to give everyone some space. The other day I was walking by the camper and heard him blasting pornography. I told him to turn it down, and he obliged, but he said no one can hear it because we don't have neighbors. I can hear it though. Anyway, earlier today I was looking out of the window and noticed the tool shed was left open. I went to go close it, and the reason it was open is because Kevin was in there whacking off with the door wide open. He didn't stop when I caught him, he just told me to fucking knock. I ran to tell my husband, who agreed with Kevin that I should have knocked. Fuck. I know it's his brother and shit, but I feel my husband should be taking my side. I want Kevin gone. Honestly, if I saw my own tool shed door open, I'd think someone had broken in. Tools are often a favorite target of junkies looking for items to steal where I'm from. The reactions from both your Bill and husband are disturbing. You need to knock to go into your own tool shed? What is this craziness? This isn't normal or right by any stretch of the imagination. Who knocks on a tool shed with a door open? Unless it's someone's residence you can enter freely. Why did he leave the comfort of his porn camper to use the shed is my question. Whose side your husband takes is irrelevant. Think a no masturbating in the tool shed rule is completely reasonable. Impose it unilaterally and inform your husband and his brother. This is a problem with an expiration date. As long as your rule stays enforced, I would just let the visit run its course. In the future restrict him to short 1 or 2 day visits. Kevin has worn out his welcome. Kevin has worn out his welcome. Use I edit. Ain't you the boy I caught a whack in it in my tool shed? Hank Hill voice.